Yes, people. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Blues TV. I hope you guys are keeping well. Big shout out to everyone that's logged in, everyone that's subscribed to the channel. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. That's the only way you can help Bluesfantv TV. We are here just to make football a suitable environment for every Chelsea fan. To be honest, like I used to say, let's keep growing as a family, and the sky is the limit. Today, I've got, one of the biggest Barcelona fans from Nigeria. His name is Jerry, and we will be going through, the whatsoever preview we can bring to you guys today. So, as you stay tuned, don't forget to drop your comments, drop your likes, hit the subscribe button, and yes, let's enjoy this one together. Mr. Jerry, good to have you on here. Please can
Yeah.
you just kind of, introduce yourself to the fans. Let's know, who you are, where you're from.
All right. Thank you very much. My name is Jerry. I'm from Nigeria, and my handle is Jerry Z Football. That's my nickname. I go by Jerry Z on social media. So I'm a Barcelona fan. I love football. I'm a Nigerian. So I just want to talk about Chelsea versus Barcelona. I'm so happy to just talk about that match because it's a very important feature, very interesting one. We all
Yeah,
know now.
yeah, absolutely, guys. Please check out Jerry Football, Jerry Z Football on every social. Please subscribe. I've always said this is not all about Blues Fan TV. You can go every other places just to enjoy banters and a lot of
Yeah.
things. It's still
Yeah.
football. So Jerry,
Yeah.
when we're talking about, to me, I believe when we're talking about football, when we're talking about clashes, when we're talking about fixtures, Chelsea Barcelona is one of the biggest. It's one of the
For a
biggest
fact.
features that I have ever watched in my life. We've seen a couple of unbelievable memories, unbelievable scenes between Barcelona. I mean, the rivalry is just unbelievable. So
Definitely.
I would start from here. How confident are you going into this game against Chelsea? I mean, when you had Chelsea will be playing Barcelona in the uh,
Champions
in,
League draws.
in the Champions League draw, yeah. So what comes to your mind, and how confident are you?
Wow. At first, when I first got that feature, I was really happy because for the first time in a while, I'm going to face Chelsea because I've actually missed that. And Chelsea were not in the Champions League for a bit. Finally, they are back, and Chelsea fans are very loud, especially on social media. So I was very happy that we are going to face off Chelsea. But fast to right now, the injury situation facing my club is really giving me concerns, especially the likes of Pedri. He didn't play our last match in the league, and I know that he will not be able to start that match. Rafinha, one of my key players too, wasn't able to start our last match. He just played the last 10 minutes of the game, so that gives me a bit of worry. And because you see, Rafinha and Pedri are like the heart of Barcelona. You understand? So I'm really
Yeah,
worried about that. Aside, I know that Lamine Yamal is our prince, is our king, but like when it comes to like our press, Rafinha is one player that presses so hard. Rashford has been trying, but he can't keep up to the pace of Rafinha. Rafinha is very dogged. You understand? He's a very stubborn player. And Pedri also is our engine room. He plays or he runs all over the pitch. His accuracy, his creativity is one that is a very vital part of this our Barcelona team. So that's one thing that just worries me. But aside that, my team, I'm very confident in my team because the likes of Fermin Lopez have really improved drastically. Marcus Rashford has been playing amazing as well. Lamine Yamal back from injury, but he got two assists in our last match. So I'm very happy. I know that it's going to be a very interesting match. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. That's why the fact that I don't have two of my key players available that are ready to start the match, but I'm not worried. I'm not worried.
but to be honest, like you said, I feel like Pedri was benched due to Chelsea, was rest due to Chelsea's game, and Rafinha is back. He might have played 10 minutes, but obviously we know he's gonna start against Chelsea. I don't know what your opinion
What?
is. We're still gonna get to that level, but anyways, it's your football club. You are seeing much better than us, but I think
Yeah.
if I'm not wrong, is it that
Mm.
Pedri was intentionally put on the bench just to face Chelsea? He was rest because of Chelsea game, or
Definitely he's going to play the match. You understand? He's going to definitely he was rested for that game. But what worries me is for the fact that he didn't get to play the match entirely. You understand? Like Rafinha that got 10 minutes, I know that for a fact he might even start against Chelsea because he's just coming back from injury. Because normally
Wow,
and
it
then
looks
before starting you understand.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I know Pedri is a great player. You understand the injury wasn't so bad. Maybe he might start him, but I'm not very confident he will start him because if Pedri had gotten even 15 minutes in our last match, I would have been very sure that he's going to start the Champions League match. But I'm not very certain right now that Pedri is going to start in the Champions League. I know that he might get some minutes, but I'm not very sure for a fact that he's going to start. And Pedri is a very vital part of that team.
yeah. I do really understand, and like you said, Pedri, Rafinha, you are looking into these guys how they're gonna come into this game due to
Yeah.
your last game not featuring and this. But what part of this Barcelona team do you think can really hurt Chelsea tomorrow?
Um, I feel like the creativity I have in midfield still, despite the absence of
Yeah,
Pedri, I feel like what Femi Lopez and De Jong would bring to the table is something that'll be very different from what Chelsea are used to. Because Barcelona, we play a very possession kind of football. You understand? We are very good on the ball, and you know the Premier League now. The Premier League is just all about like physicality. Like
yeah,
against Newcastle, we saw what we did to Newcastle with
yeah,
all their
yeah,
giants. You saw how we
yeah,
just we handled them in the midfield. So I feel like the creativity in midfield is one thing that we're going to really use, and also Lamine Yamal from a left wing, from the right wing. Sorry, Lamine Yamal is going to be like a very huge threat in that match. You understand? He's going to be a very huge threat in that match, and somebody that people won't want to talk about much is Marcus Rashford. He's played in the Premier League like for all his life, and he's going to be facing Chelsea. He's used to Chelsea. He's used to that pressure, that intensity. So Marcus Rashford is going to be like a boost for us too. So Lamine Yamal, Pedri, and then maybe my midfield, Femi Lopez and De Jong is one way I know that I can hurt Chelsea. That's why the fact that I know that you have Moses Caicedo,
So
that is
yeah,
one
that's
player
that's
that
where I'm
troubles
coming
me.
from because you've just
That's
said
one player that troubles me.
you've just mentioned your midfield now. But to be honest with you, everybody knows right now that Chelsea has one of the most prolific, midfield in the world right now. It's been Chelsea.
honestly,
The
honestly
fact that
speaking, like
Casado is gonna be there, you can't. I don't know how you guys want to do it. I feel totally
like
that there's a big difference between Newcastle midfield and Chelsea midfield.
definitely,
I believe
definitely,
Newcastle have got so much physicality in their midfield, but
yeah.
Chelsea, to me, with I think right now we have so much more going on in that midfield, and
What would even what would worry me if Maresca gets to play James in the midfield the way he did
midfield,
against
yeah,
Paris Saint
which is
Germain.
which to
That
me
that would
I
be
feel
very bad.
which to me I
That
feel
would be
like
very
that
bad.
I feel like that's what Barcelona should expect tomorrow. It's gonna be a very very tight game. It's gonna be
Ah,
something that Maresca is gonna do. It's gonna come with that experience of PSG. I'm telling you
yeah.
100%. That's how you approach
Because
big games.
because I know one way to beat my team confidently. I know that one way to beat my team is you don't give us breathing spaces. And if you are able to outmark us, like I know that yes, you're going to defeat my team in terms of will not be you kill our creativity. But if
Yeah,
you allow us to just like calm your game down and then we'll get to just mess you up. We'll get to mess you up. That's Barcelona. And Hansi Flick plays a kind of high line kind of game, and with the likes of Pedro Neto, it's something that will make us not want to overlap too much because we know that if we do that, it's going to hurt us due to the absence of Martinez, since that he left up to Al Nassr, our defense has not been very stable.
yeah,
Arojo doesn't know how to play the Highland so much. Gerard Martin tried in the last game. He played so well, but in a big match like against Chelsea, you wouldn't want to risk playing Gerard Martin, a left back in central defense. So it's gonna be a very interesting game. Honestly,
yeah.
it's a very tough task for Hansi Flick. Honestly, it's a very
But
big
what's going
task.
on with Christensen? I thought you guys have Christensen back, or is he
Yeah,
still injured?
yeah, Christensen is not yet back fully recovered because the last time I heard that he had some health issues, but I don't know if he'll be match fit for the match against Chelsea. I'm not sure. And even if he's available, I don't know. Hansi Flick doesn't just like the pairing of Christensen and Kubasi. I don't know. He rarely does it. I don't know why.
Yeah, so let's talk about recent Chelsea form with Barcelona. We've played 5 games. We
Yeah,
Barcelona has won, I think, one of the last 5 games. You guys have won one of the last 5 games, and that was in 2017 where you beat Chelsea 3-0.
yeah,
The second leg ended 1-1, and in
yeah,
2012, you remember we draw at Camp Nou, we won 1-0 at Chelsea, and 2008 we draw. So the last 5 games you've only managed to win one game. Uh, Chelsea has won one, and we've drawn 3 of that game. So, do you
yeah.
think this past record is gonna is gonna have impact in the game tomorrow, or you think this is just gonna be a very different open ground play for Chelsea and Barcelona tomorrow?
No, history normally history is important. Like even history, especially in football, history is
Yeah,
very important. No matter the quality of players you see, especially I will use the El Clasico for an example. You
Yeah.
understand? No matter the team that Barcelona has, no matter the quality of players Barcelona has, when it comes to the Clasico, they always turn up. And you see, the Chelsea Barcelona feature is one feature that both teams always look forward to. They want to prove themselves. So it's not going to be like an easy game for both sides. It's not gonna be an easy game for Chelsea. No matter what it is, Barcelona are gonna put their best foot
As well,
forward.
yeah, definitely,
You
yeah.
understand? So it's going to be a very intense game. I expect goals. Honestly, I don't expect any defensive football. I expect goals in that game. But me, I still believe deep down. I know that I can still win Chelsea. I still have that belief.
Yeah, because your last 5 games, according to what I have here, you guys
Yeah,
have, I think you guys have lost. Um, you guys have
just the
lost.
classical.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
classical.
the
You guys have
classical.
won. You guys have won three and draw one against
Drawn one. Yeah,
Blues. Yeah. So, I mean, to be honest, it's not a bad record, but the
yeah.
fact that you guys have not been having 100% in the last 5 games. Do you think, because you're going out to play Chelsea, Chelsea, when it comes to big game this season, we are always being productive, to be honest. I think it's only
Definitely,
against Manchester United that we've really messed up, or we really messed around recently. But apart from that, all our big games are being sorted really well this season.
and one player that Chelsea are going to miss in this match that people don't get to talk about so much is Cole Palmer.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah.
telling you,
I'm still coming down to that one. I'm still very
like,
much coming to that one. But the thing is,
yeah,
like, for me, what I want to say is, like, we've managed to compose ourselves in last 5 6 days without Cole.
Cole Palmer,
To
yeah,
me, at this junction that we are right now, we can survive without Cole, but we will have been doing much better with Cole.
Cole,
That's what
yeah,
I really understand with the situation. We're
definitely,
definitely going to
definitely.
miss him. Tomorrow is going to be a very, very miss for Cole Palmer, because one thing that people don't really realize is, you can argue with me anyway that Palmer doesn't turn up in the big game. But the scare of Palmer being on the pitch says a lot in the big games, because it gives, opponents that sort of, withdrawal from, possessing too much, because you have a player like Cole Palmer that can come in and make something happen desperately at any time. So, and we saw what happened against PSG. You know, he was totally underrated in that game, but luckily for him, he came in within 5 10 minutes. He scored two beautiful goals. I think we lost him. Hopefully, he's gonna join back, and yeah, we're gonna have him on the channel. So, guys, let me know what you're thinking about the Chelsea game tomorrow. Obviously, I think Jerry Z has really, really been uh, giving us some insight about what's gonna be happening in Barcelona tomorrow, which I'm really, really enjoying. So sad that we we lost his connection. We're gonna wait and see when he's gonna be back here with us. Yes, we've got him back. He's back here, guys. So, welcome back, Jerry. I think yes, we've got him back. He's back here, guys. So, welcome back, Jerry. Back. He's back here.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I really do understand.
Yeah, I
Do
was
really
like, what's
understand
going
the
on?
situation. It's
Can you
possibly
hear me?
been a network issue and things like that.
Network issues.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I
always
was just,
it's always yeah, it's always happened. So I was talking about Kopama here. Like, what I'm trying to clarify is, like, even if he's not having his best day, you are not so confident as the opponent to come out. When you have Kopama, he's a very dangerous guy. He can come in and desperately do anything, and that's what happened against PSG. PSG lack the reasoning of thinking about Cole Palmer and thinking about how dangerous this guy is. And that's what happened. He came in 5 10 minutes, scored two goals against PSG, and that's when everybody was like, "Wow." So to me, I feel like we're gonna miss him tomorrow. It's a big, big miss tomorrow because this guy is a big guy. He's
Definitely.
such a player that you want to have in those kind of games. But obviously, I still believe that we've got the quality, especially when we can switch around, when we've got massive players that the rotation. You know what I'm trying to say. We've got not just
Gustavo
quantity.
Williams, that
Yeah, we've not just got quantity, but we've got quality players that can come in.
definitely.
We've got loads of options. We can play Joao Pedro as a number 10. Estival can play
Yeah.
as a number 10. Tomorrow, don't be surprised when you see the likes of James and Casado playing in the midfield and Enzo Fernandez playing as a number 10. So there's a lot of
Hmm.
things, there's a lot of options for us to explore to.
Definitely.
So
Definitely.
that's why I don't want to really think about Cole Palmer right now because he's not going to be playing. So I just want
Yeah.
to focus on the availability of the boys and let's go into the game and see what we can do against Barcelona.
Or
So
I just expect the best football you have played this season. I'm telling you,
yeah,
expect the best football because I know that Barcelona is gonna we're gonna come ready. I'm telling you.
yeah. So for me, I still want to ask you if you have opportunity to bring one player from Chelsea into Barcelona, what player is it going to be from Chelsea right now?
That's a very nice question. But honestly, it has to be Moses Caicedo. Honestly speaking, it has
Cancelo.
to be Caicedo. Yeah, it has to be Caicedo.
But
Honestly, that man's
you've just
ruggedity.
spoken about Palmer right now. Do Palmer doesn't
Yeah,
seem like that sort of player that you pick ahead of Casado?
I feel like, but what Palmer and Estevao Williams can bring to the table, I feel like I already have Lamine Yamal to do that for me. You understand? Lamine
Really?
Yamal is that creative. Yeah, I feel like I have Lamine Yamal to just cover that particular style of play of Cole Palmer, Estevao Williams, whatever those guys will bring to the table. Like I
Yeah,
feel like Lamine Yamal got that. But what Moses Caicedo brings to the table is something that is very unique. His energy, his creativity, his clean tackles is something that is very like that man doesn't get a below 7.0 rating in his matches. I saw in a
really?
stat that he had like 28 games without any match below 7.0 rating. That's
Yeah, absolutely,
amazing.
absolutely.
That's
Last
like an
season,
A in every game. That's like having
yeah,
an A in every game. Like in school, you get 70%, like you got an A. That's like an A in every match. So he's very consistent. He's very rugged. He's very strong, very dogged. It's something I lack in my midfield right now. So that's why I'll
yeah,
go for Moses
yeah.
Caicedo.
To be honest, I do agree with you. You can't go out without talking about Moise because last season he played 38 games. That's crazy.
Consistency.
The fact that you
Consistency.
always have him available, it's something that
Yeah.
to me I feel like is very very underrated. He's injury
Yeah.
free. He's always going
Very
into every game to give in
You
his
get my
maximum
point.
performance,
I'm
and
telling you.
that sort of player to me sometimes I do really believe that I do like player to be available. To be honest,
Definitely no.
sometimes I appreciate players that are available more than players that are good and not available. Because if
Definitely.
players are
Very
not
true.
available, they are good for nothing. But if players are
That
available, they are injury
yeah.
free, they can go into every game and improve. They have a room
At
to
least
improve.
definitely. Once upon a time, Pedri was like that. He would always be available, but injury made him to be very inconsistent. And it made me not to like Pedri at some point. Same thing happening with Danny Olmo. Currently, you see, Danny Olmo can give you a good performance, but because of injuries, you see, right now, Fermin Lopez is ahead of him by a
Yeah,
mile, and they play the same position. But right now, because of the fact that Fermin Lopez is more consistent, he's always available. But
available.
Danny
Yeah.
Olmo will always in and out injuries. His game has really dipped. So I feel like consistency is very important. It's something that is very underrated, but it's very important.
Right. So let's go into prediction and scores line. What's your honest prediction for this game tomorrow? I know
Ah,
I know you still want to say something in your mind, but let's hear what you've got. Let's hear what you've got. Yeah.
I feel like because of the high line that I play, I know that I'm going to concede goals from Chelsea. Definitely. I know that I'm not going to play that much in the clean. But I'm very happy that my goalkeeper is back, Juan Garcia. That's a very important part of my team that, like, you understand, that have been missing for a while. For the past 2 months, we have played all our matches without a clean sheet. And then his
Yeah.
first match back in yesterday, we got a clean sheet. So that tells you the kind of quality he brings to the table. So I feel like even if we're going to concede goals, we're not going to concede much. You understand?
Yeah.
And I know that I'm going to get some goals. I'm going to get some goals. So I'll go with like a 3-2 prediction, a 3-2 win for Barcelona.
Yeah, absolutely. The fact that you said you're gonna get some goals, I'm not gonna say you are wrong in that. I'm not gonna say because when you look at the recent form of Chelsea, we have always
Yeah,
gone to games to concede.
yeah,
Even if we see the last game we played against Burnley, everybody knows that Burnley were not clinical enough. If they were clinical
yeah,
enough, they should have get a goal in that game. We are
yeah,
always prone to concede. When you look at, I don't think We've had a couple of clean sheets to be honest this season. Sanchez is sitting second,
Yeah,
behind Raya in the
yeah,
Premier League,
yeah,
the
yeah,
most clean sheet,
yeah,
obviously. But the way we concede this season is ridiculous. And because today you play today you play Chaloba and Achepong, tomorrow you play so
yeah. That defensive line,
you don't have
oh,
what it's called like consistency in that defense line. So I believe Barcelona is gonna, probably press on us
yeah,
because you guys have got those clinical players. Lewa is back. I was praying
yeah.
massively that I don't want Rafinha to be back because I know this guy.
I,
I'm
I'm
telling
grateful that
you,
he's back.
to
Honestly,
me,
that's
he's
one
one of the best
integral
players in
part
the
of
world.
our team.
The way I watch this guy
Yeah,
is too dangerous. His fearless, his ability to match possession into the box
that
is mad.
and he's played in the Premier League, so he understands
Yeah,
what Chelsea are going to come
that's
with.
what I wanted to say.
He
He
understands.
played in
Yeah,
Leeds.
he had played
You
in the
know what
Premier
it
League,
takes
so
to, the pressure. You know
yeah,
how it goes. So
yeah,
yeah, obviously,
he knows how to handle it.
I want to agree with you that obviously we're gonna concede goal tomorrow. And but my hope tomorrow is like, even if we concede, we're definitely gonna score. It's gonna be an entertaining game. I'm gonna be at the stadium, and I can't
Definitely.
wait.
Oh,
I can't
really?
wait.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I'm gonna be at the stadium. Yeah,
nice.
I'm
Yeah.
always at home games. Every home games in Stamford Bridge. I'm always at the stadium.
That's nice. That's
So
nice.
that's Bordeaux. That's my first Chelsea Barcelona game I've ever watched. So I can't wait.
You're
I
gonna
can't
see
wait
my
to see
boy
that pressure.
Lamine Yamal.
Yeah, I want to see that pressure. I want to see, but tomorrow is gonna be a good game, like you said. I believe we might
Just
concede.
expect a very entertaining game.
Yeah, I'm expecting us to concede, but as well, I'm expecting my attackers to do more because last 5 games
Definitely.
we scored close to 14 goals. So that shows that
Yeah.
the zeal, the electric force is still there. And tomorrow,
One, one,
I'm
one Chelsea.
expecting,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm expecting Esteval to come in and because tomorrow is gonna be a battle. It's gonna be a battle of Esteval and Lamine Yamal. The first time these guys
I
are
feel.
coming together to play. So because
Yeah.
it's been something that fans I saw some graphics online. I was like, come on, the comparison between Lamine
Yeah.
Yamal.
And Esteban
So
Williams is going far.
yeah. So what do you
And
think
Lamine
about this
Yamal is
game?
one.
What do you think about
Like
this?
Esteban. Estavo Williams and Lamine Yamal. Like Estavo Williams is a young talent. You understand? I feel like he's a very good player. You understand that he's improving gradually. You understand? I mean, I'm not. I would say I wouldn't want him to play in the. I would have preferred him to play in some other league, but not the Premier League, because I know the kind of pressure that is in the Premier League. The Premier League is a very competitive league. You understand? And playing in this Premier League, it takes a lot to be like Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard did a lot in
Yeah,
Chelsea because of
absolutely.
the kind
Yeah,
of, you understand. So Gustavo Williams is a good player, but I feel like the league he's playing in is going to like is what is even putting him down. You understand? I feel like I prefer him to this Franco Gracia, the guy Real Madrid signed
oh yeah, yeah,
from
yeah.
Argentina. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
prefer him to that guy. You understand? Estevao Williams is a good player, a young player. He's very passionate. I feel like he's even stronger than Lamine Yamal. You understand? He's very physical. The match against Senegal in Brazil, the friendly match. I saw how he could withstand the pressure from the Senegalese players. And African players, we are very. You understand now? So I was very impressed by his strength, his stamina in that game. So he's a very young player, but I feel like the comparison between him and Lamine Yamal, I feel like it's too early. You
Yeah,
understand? I feel like Estavo Williams, he scores goals, but Lamine Yamal has a bit of an edge over him because of Lamine Yamal's creativity. You
yeah,
understand? Not because of the
yeah,
goals he scores, because yeah, Lamine Yamal is very creative. He does magic with the ball. You understand? Estavo Williams is a good 1v1 player. Lamine Yamal, I can say, is a good 10v10 player. You understand? He can take on 10
yeah,
players. He can take on as
yeah,
many players. Yeah, you understand what I mean?
yeah.
Estavo Williams is a good player, but I feel like Lamine Yamal has this edge over him. And I feel like my defender Alejandro Balde can put Lamine Yamal to the pocket. Like, I'm very sure of that.
Yeah. So, like you said earlier, you were talking about Lamine Yamal and of course Rashford, but obviously you need to still think about Marco Kurela is being one of the best time of his
Yeah,
career. I think he's taken
yeah,
loads of wingers this season. Last season he's really doing well, and tomorrow, like we said again,
yeah,
Rashford will be dealing with the likes of James. If
yeah.
if Maresca
If he plays
doesn't
in the,
decide to bring James into the
yeah,
pocket, but even if he decides to
yeah,
bring him in the midfield, don't forget that he still plays as an invert. Sometimes still go
yeah,
as.
yeah, I understand.
So what sort of things are you seeing tomorrow? What sort of challenges are you seeing from your attacking with this competition of facing Cucurella and James from that side?
Um, Cucurella is a very rugged player. You understand? I know what to expect from Cucurella. Even Lamine Yamal knows what to expect. You understand? They are teammates in the Spanish national team.
Yeah,
You understand?
absolutely.
So Cucurella is a very aggressive player. And Lamine Yamal has to play very smart. If he can't take on Cucurella so many times because Cucurella is also fast and he's very good. You understand? He's very calculative, I would say. But I know that Lamine Yamal is a very talented player. You understand?
Yeah.
If he just needs a little space, you understand, and if Cucurella just gives him that space, he's going to hurt that Chelsea defense. You understand? That man doesn't need much space; it's just a little space he needs. He will hurt the defense. Marcus Rashford, Marcus Rashford, right now, the phase of Marcus Rashford's career is no longer towards the part of dribbling so much. He's
Mm.
more of a creative player. You understand? Right now, you see him getting more assists than scoring goals. You understand? So I would not expect Marcus Rashford to go and want to take on James like Vinicius would want to do. Marcus
Mm.
Rashford will not be out for that. He will want to get those spaces, create those line breaking passes that would go to Lewandowski. You understand? Those crosses that would hurt the defense. That would be what he'll be after.
Right, like you said, to be honest with you, I really, really now understand why you feel like your attacking player is gonna hurt us tomorrow. If they definitely because yeah, honestly, if they definitely go into this, trying to just create, it's gonna be a big problem for us
Yeah,
because tomorrow I
yeah,
don't know what
yeah,
Maresca is gonna do.
yeah,
He might decide to be my manager sometimes is being cunning. So tomorrow I'm expecting very solid
yeah. I
defense line,
understand.
maybe Chaluba Fofana, the best we've got this season. But
Yeah,
unfortunately,
yeah.
you can't predict his X side. That's the most terrifying thing at the moment. Tomorrow he might decide to play Achepong or
Mar-
Chaluba. So, and that with that
Yo,
sort
that
of
would not be
creativity
nice.
that
Maybe
you're talking
Tosin.
about now, yeah, with that sort of creativity we
Yeah.
are talking about, imagine playing Tosin against Lewandowski. Playing Tosin
Ah,
against
that would be terrible.
you know, it's gonna be a disaster for us. So and
Yeah.
so let's go into the next one. I mean, uh, so which of Chelsea players do you fear most tomorrow? Obviously, Palmer is not gonna be there. You've mentioned
Yeah.
some quite a few names, but which player are
Yeah.
you looking that this player might hurt Chelsea tomorrow? Might hurt Barcelona tomorrow?
But I would say Pedro Neto because of his speed, and Kunde is not such a very fast player. You understand?
Mm, yeah.
Pedro Neto against Kunde is not something that I don't even want to imagine it. Even Garnacho against Kunde is something that can even scare me. You understand?
Mm,
Because and we're playing a high line, and if he overlaps, Pedro Neto is lightning bolt. He's very quick. You understand? Either of them, Pedro Neto or Garnacho, they are very fast and they can hurt my defense too. Why I'm not worried about the part of Estevao Williams is because Alejandro Balde is a very fast player. I think he's even faster than Estevao Williams. Yeah, but for the side of Jus Kunde, whoever is going to be there, that's Neto or Ganacho. That scares me. That worries me honestly.
yeah, I think tomorrow he might probably be playing Pedro Neto. He might be Pedro Neto, Estival. I'm not quite
Yeah,
sure, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. But if he decides to play Garnacho as well, we know Garnacho is fast. He's that
it's
kind
very
of player.
fast.
Things, but
Very
I still
fast.
believe Conde needs, he's a very, experienced player. Sometimes he knows how to deal with pressure. But
Yeah,
like you said,
yeah,
it's something to watch out for as well. It might be those
definitely.
weakness that we probably gonna make use of against Barcelona,
Yeah.
like you said. So, so what's your favorite, worst experience? I mean, worst fixtures against Chelsea that you feel like this game is one of those games that if I had the chance, this is gonna be a replay for us.
Ah, it has to be in the Champions League. Hi! Messi missed the penalty. Oh my God, I've forgotten what year was that. Messi missed that penalty, and I think we got knocked out in the Champions League. I think
I
that
think that
fixture was
was
the one
that
that
was
hurt
20.
me the most.
Is it not 27, 28? When
Yeah, I think I
is it that year or 2012 that we went on and
212,
win the
212,
Champions League? I think that year. It was
212,
that year.
212,
Yeah, it was that year.
212. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was that
So
year.
that
Yeah,
was
it
the
was that
year
year.
that Fernando Torres scored that long second goal, second goal in the camp.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
that
Ramirez
that
scored.
match hurt me. That match hurt me. Honestly speaking, that match hurt me. Like I think
Yeah.
Ramirez also scored.
Yeah,
Ramirez
Ramirez
scored the
scored the
goal in
first
that game.
goal, the looping first
Yeah,
goal.
yeah,
Then
yeah.
Fernando Torres scored the second goal as well.
If there was a future I would like to replay, I think that's the first one that comes to mind. That match really hurt me, honestly speaking.
Yeah, yeah. So because
Yeah.
a lot of people were like, in those days, any team that beat Barcelona is gonna win the Champions League, which is
Champions League, yeah,
yeah,
it
obviously
happened.
proven. We won that season.
Yeah,
We won Champions
yeah.
League. Last season, I think PSG beat Barcelona as well. Did you play Barcelona?
Definitely, yeah.
PSG less so
We
so.
played with Barcelona. We played PSG this season. They beat us this season. But last season we played Inter Milan. We didn't face PSG last
You
season.
didn't face PSG. So, but I think
No, we
it's
didn't.
some of the things that really happened. But let's talk about the social media. What's gonna happen if Barcelona lose to Chelsea tomorrow? What do you think is gonna be going
Ha!
on? What are people gonna
Like,
be saying? What
oh
people
my
like you gonna be
god.
saying tomorrow?
Yo,
Yeah,
if Barcelona gets to lose against Chelsea, I'm gonna go. I'm not even gonna go online, honestly speaking, because the noise is going to be too much. Chelsea fans in my country, like in Nigeria,
yeah, yeah.
Chelsea
I
fans
know.
are the loudest. You understand? So they're gonna make a lot of noise. They're gonna be very hyped and very happy. But I'm hoping to, like, that doesn't happen. I'm hoping to get a win over Chelsea.
I think we've lost him again to network. Hopefully he comes back in and we can keep our conversation going on. Like you've heard from me, very, very, engaging conversation from Jerry Z, to be honest. I know that 2011 game hurt Barcelona fans till today. The way we were able to manage to come back into that game was exceptional. Ramirez scoring that unbelievable goal, Fernando Torres hitting Barcelona had, that sort of goal in that final moment to draw against Barcelona in Camp Nou is one of those memories that you can never forget. To be honest, is yeah, I mean, one of the biggest game to me that I've ever seen Chelsea play. To be honest, and tomorrow is another game whereby you're still expecting this sort of performance from these boys. I'm just a little bit skeptical. I'm a little bit, nervous. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow because now Barcelona is a different team. Chelsea is a different team. We are meeting in a new era where you cannot even mention one sort of player that played in 2018 against Barcelona right now in Chelsea. I think if there's any player as at that time, maybe Reece James. I'm not sure if Reece James is even in Chelsea as at that time. Maybe he started his senior career yet or something. But I do know that it's a total different Chelsea game against Barcelona. Barcelona as well. When you look at Barcelona team as well, it's a massive, massive difference from the goalkeeper to the striker. I don't think there's anyone playing in 2018 that's still in that team. So to me, I feel like it's gonna be a different game for both of us tomorrow. But hopefully we can, be able to match on Barcelona. It's gonna be that game of the season. I know a lot of people can't wait as well to watch the game to see where Chelsea and what Chelsea is gonna be like tomorrow. But for me, I feel like we can still challenge Barcelona. We are not as bad as that to face Barcelona. With the fact that we've played PSG, we've been able to bring something out of that game against PSG. I still very much believe that in every situation we should still be able to make something happen. To be honest, so um, I was still waiting for Jerry Z. Hopefully, he comes out. He comes back soon. If not, that's gonna be, the end of the live stream, and uh, we'll see. Let's give him some time to come back. So, guys, what are you guys thinking about the game tomorrow? For me, I believe it's gonna be that sort of game whereby very, very competitive, something that you look into and you're gonna say what's gonna happen. It's to me, it's just definitely hard to predict that game tomorrow. For me, that's how I feel. It's gonna be difficult to predict that sort of game, but at the same time, I believe it's that kind of a game we can come in and definitely do something great. Let's hope tomorrow that Mariska puts in that sort of best lineup because that's where the game is gonna start. When you put out lineup, that's where the game is gonna start. That's when we can be confident if yes we're gonna be beating Barcelona or not. So, guys, let me know what you think about the live stream. Let me see what you think about what Jerry Z has just given to us. The little one is able to give to us before losing his network. I think it's very, 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 very important. So I was wanting to ask him what sort of formation we should expect from Barcelona tomorrow, but unfortunately we lost him due to network. So big ups to everyone that has come into the live stream. If you are fortunate to see this video after the live stream, please do like, do subscribe. We're just trying to bring out the best, and hopefully we can do more in future. So thank you very much, guys, for joining in, for the like, the subscription. I'll see you on to the next one. Peace and love.